After Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, as we continue to grow and expand the cinematic universe, we head towards Thor Ragnarok.
Thor starts discovering this impending evil. That character's name is Hela. She's played by Cate Blanchett.
I want to take people on an adventure that keeps people laughing along the way, but also has those, the spectacle of.
The Thor-Hulk relationship is one that is incredible. It's gonna have some of the wildest, craziest, most amazing action you've ever seen in the MCU.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. So it looks like Thor's getting ready to crap his pants in this teaser. Let's break it down. A lot of you are also requesting that I start using music in my videos, music tracks. So if you like that, just let me know in the comments, or if you want me to go back to the old system of not using music, that's totally cool too. I know you guys were asking for a trailer, but this is almost better because we get like a deep dive into the movie. We see what looks like is Firelord Surtur. We see him with a winged helmet fighting Hulk in the arena with his Planet Hulk armor. So let's just go through this footage. There's so much stuff in here. There's a new round of the Doctor Strange DVD giveaway. That's where all this stuff comes from. They dropped a whole bunch of future look footage for the movies that are coming up. So I'll do a Black Panther version of this tomorrow. But all you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video, be sure to click that bell to enable alerts so you don't miss anything. So the Planet Hulk armor, this is all stuff that they showed off at Comic-Con. They obviously didn't have a lot of footage because they'd only just started shooting the movie, so they showed off a lot of concept footage from stuff that we all thought that was going to be in the movie. They're like, oh yeah, you thought we were going to do this? We are totally going to do all this Planet Hulk stuff. So as far as we know, Surtur is not the planet in the movie, but Kevin Feige was talking about how they're going beyond the 9 realms. That's basically what this Surtur type planet is. So until we get some more information, let's just call this the Planet Hulk part of the movie, where they're forced to fight in the arena for the pleasure of Loki, the Grand Master, who's sort of like the collector of this movie. He's another elder of the universe, but he's being played by Jeff Goldblum, so he's gonna be really trippy and weird. And here's a real cool thing too, is that in the comics during Thanos' quest, Thanos goes to get the mind gem from him. Thanos has to play this really trippy chess match against him. He sort of tricks him into giving him the gem. He's already collected most of the gems, so he creates this robot Thanos to trick him. It's this really crazy story, but it's one of the things the movies are changing because Vision has the mind gem. So the armor though, you've seen a lot of Planet Hulk comic book stuff, but maybe you missed it at Comic-Con. Marvel brought his Planet Hulk armor that's going to appear in the movie to Comic-Con last summer. They teased that before they did their Thor Ragnarok panel, so it's so funny. Like, they always bring stuff like that to Comic-Con. Way back when Avengers Age of Ultron was happening, before they did their Ultron panel, they brought the Ultron Mark I armor and showed it off. So that will probably happen again this summer when they're teasing Infinity War stuff. They'll bring some of those props to show off to everybody, so just keep your eyes peeled at Comic-Con this summer. I'm really happy they're letting Thor wear his winged helmet again, and he has a slightly different armor later in the trailer. It's him in these storyboards you see way back in the background. There's this giant red figure that he's looking up at, and then you see this footage a little bit later with him raising his hammer up on the set. So this might be a version of a scene like this from the comics, where Thor just goes to confront Firelord Surtur. But when they were at Comic-Con, they showed off teaser footage of Hulk getting ready to punch him. Punch Firelord Surtur. It sounds so ridiculous and so amazing at the same time. That kind of gets into the idea of the working title creature report. So usually the working titles of movies are a bit of a wink at something about the movie, but they're also meant to be kind of funny. So creature report just refers to all the Ragnarok monsters, people like Firelord Surtur, just a lot of really big, really powerful creatures. Fenris Wolf is going to be in the movie. He was also in that Comic-Con footage, even though he doesn't really appear in any of this teaser here. But the other crazy thing here is Hela appearing to Thor and Loki while they're on Earth. This might be while they're looking for Odin. So in all the footage that we've seen of them, the actual footage, they're wearing clothes that look like other humans. That looks like Loki just enchants them so that they don't stick out like sore thumbs. I'm assuming this umbrella here that he's holding is actually his hammer. Loki's just enchanted it so that nobody sees it. In the comics, when he was walking around as Donald Blake, it was actually just a normal stick. So the way they talk about it, the Earth is like a brief part of this movie because all the movies are slowly tying back to Earth before Infinity War, but it's not the biggest part. They're going to find Odin, so maybe Hela shows up during this scene, but then they go back into outer space. It's largely a space-based movie that's going beyond the 9 realms. You see all these other races, they probably show up during those Planet Hulk sequences when people are watching them fight in the arena. In terms of power-ups, there have been a couple teasers about that new weapon that Thor's wielding in the Avengers Infinity War teaser. In this behind-the-scenes picture for the Team Thor Daryl stuff they were shooting, I'll add a link to that at the end of this, he's actually got his axe and his hammer right next to him. But throughout most of this teaser, he's wielding the hammer, albeit for like this special hammer here, which looks like it's going to get a lot of CG. Maybe it's going to be on fire or something like that, something crazy, because it looks kind of like Hela's headpiece the way it sticks out. But in the comics, he eventually gets the Destroyer armor. I don't think he's going to lose any of his limbs or anything like that, and he's probably not going to wear the Destroyer armor. This is still leather, he's still kind of chained up, so it looks like he's been held captive and he's getting ready to throw down with something really, really big. But let me know what you guys think about all this so far. I know everybody's still wondering how Hulk got into outer space, how he wound up on that planet. Maybe that's just Loki trying to get revenge for what happened at the end of Avengers, because in the comics it was the Illuminati that shot him into outer space, and a lot of people are just wondering, if he's in the Quinjet, how could the Quinjet get to the other side of space? They're just one of those things that they have not explained based on the synopsis so far. We only know that Hulk winds up in this arena on this planet fighting Thor. That's right in the synopsis, so there's just a lot of stuff in between that they have to explain. Loki messing with him is probably just the easiest way to accomplish that. And I know a lot of you have asked me about post-credit scenes. I've said a few times, I feel like there's going to be some sort of Guardians type Thor credits post scene. And then at the end of Thor Ragnarok, we'll see some hat tip to Thanos Infinity Gauntlet, maybe Thanos Quest, because he'll have to start collecting the gems really soon.
I can assure you, it will be absolutely safe here in my collection.
See that it is.
One down, 5 to go.
But I am planning on doing a Thanos Infinity Gauntlet comic book video just to explain some of the path and how the Avengers came together and how they wound up in outer space. It's going to be a little bit different in the movies, but Spider-Man was there, the Hulk was there, all these characters that they're doing in the movies were part of the original Infinity Gauntlet saga, so it's all really cool. So as much as they're changing things, they're actually being very true to the spirit of that comic book storyline. So leave all your requests for Marvel movie videos in the comments. Like I said, I'll be doing a Black Panther teaser video tomorrow. There's some new Logan footage, this X-23 WTF clip, so I'll try to do that before Arrow posts later tonight. Congratulations to yesterday's giveaway winner, Kevin Sanders. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. There was a new round that started in this video. I'll announce the winner when I post that Black Panther video. In X-23 Logan posting next. Thank you so much for watching. Here are a couple links for more Thor post-credit scene and Avengers Infinity War. I'll see you guys in the next video.